Bonjour, I'm back with more about question words. So, in the previous lesson, we learned the definitions of those question words and how to use them in a question. And here I want to show you what some sample questions might look like using these question words. So we're going to start with qui. Remember, qui means who. So, qui fait la vaisselle chez toi? Qui fait la vaisselle chez toi? Moi, je fais la vaisselle. So, who does the dishes at your house? Me. I do the dishes. Qui regarde la télé? Imagine I walked into your house and I heard the TV on, it's super loud, and I'm like, who's watching TV? So you might tell me something like, Mon père regarde la télé dans le salon et ma sœur regarde la télé dans sa chambre. So my dad's watching TV in the living room and my sister's watching TV in her room. So notice here with qui that we usually just have qui followed by the verb and then the rest of our sentence. We don't really do esca or inversion with qui. We could do it, but more often than not, we do it this way. Que, so in most of these, I've given you an example with esca and with inversion. So, and they might not be always in the same order, but they're there. So, qu'est-ce que tu portes aujourd'hui? We've probably seen this question numerous times already. So, basically, I'm asking, what are you wearing today? Je porte un jean, un pull et des bottes. Que fais-tu ce week-end? Que fais-tu ce week-end? So, what, remember the verb faire is to do, so what are you doing this weekend? Je vais au concert avec des amis. I'm going to a concert with friends. So, notice here, a lot of the times when we have a question, we can reuse the same verb in our answer, but here when I'm asking, what are you doing this weekend? You might not want to tell me I'm doing this. You might want to tell me I'm going here or I'm um, you know, so our verb changed there to say what we were going to do. Ooh, remember means where. You want to also make sure that you always add this accent here because o, u, oo without the accent is the word or in French, or, like do you like chicken or steak? So you don't want to get those confused. Or where. Où habites-tu? Où habites-tu? I've asked you this question a few times probably over the course of this semester and had you write that down or maybe tell me in a sentence. So, j'habite à Dobson City. So, remember if you see où, you're going to see a place in your answer. So, où est-ce qu'on achète des baguettes et une tarte aux pommes? Where do we buy baguettes and an apple pie? À la boulangerie. So, you'll notice here I didn't answer in a complete sentence. Oftentimes, in real life, we don't answer questions in complete sentences, but in French class we do because I want you to practice as much of the language as possible. Quand? Quand means where. Quand est-ce que tu finis le dîner le soir? I think I asked you a question similar to this, if not this exact one. When do you finish dinner in the evenings? Je finis le dîner vers 7 heures, around 7 o'clock. Quand travailles-tu ce weekend? So imagine one of your friends is trying to make plans for this weekend and he or she wants to know when you're going to be working so that you can be included in those plans. So, quand travailles-tu ce weekend? When are you working this weekend? Je travaille le samedi matin et le dimanche soir. I'm working on Saturday morning and Sunday evening. Then we have pourquoi. Pourquoi, remember, means why. Pourquoi étudies-tu le français? So, why are you studying French? J'étudie le français parce que je veux voyager en France. I'm studying French because I want to travel to France. So, parce que is our word that means because. So, very often, if you have a why question, you have because in the answer, just like in English. So, pourquoi est-ce que tu manges beaucoup? Why are you eating so much? Parce que j'ai très faim, because I'm very hungry. Comment? Remember, comment means how. So, comment vas-tu? We've seen before. Comment vas-tu? How are you doing? Pas mal. Pas mal. Remember, you could answer that. Ah, je vais bien. Très bien. Excellent. You know, there's all kinds of answers for that. And here's a different way you might use it. Comment est-ce que tu vas chez tes grands-parents? How do you go to your grandparents' house? Moi, je vais en avion parce qu'ils habitent très loin. I go by plane because my grandparents live far away. So hopefully that helped you to see some of these question words in context. Please let me know if I can help you if you have any questions.